Well, hello. I've missed everyone who does actually like subscribe or check in. Um, I still didn't come up with a title for today as of yet. Maybe by the end of this, I will know. I was thinking and having conversations these last few days with, different coworkers and friends, and relationship has been targeted a lot lately, and the hot topic. So today I decided to revisit a conversation that I had. So, talking about relationships and why things are acceptable or not acceptable in relationships. And what I've come to understand is that based off your background, the society that you really correspond with, based off the principles of your mom and your dad and your family, based off the things that you have seen other people go through and explore, the goods, the bads, the uglies, whatever, you choose to feel that things are acceptable. A little bit of my background is that I work in mental health services, and I've been doing this for 10 years now. And so my patients are always happy. They're not always sad. They're not always pleasant or peaceful. And sometimes they're very, very violent. And with that being said, I have been hurt a few times at my job, and I still get up each day, put my britches on, my Nikes, and I go to work, and I try to see if I can't make a difference in some kind of way, shape, or form. And so I was thinking about like that concept, what is tolerated and what's not tolerated. We as a people, we allow things to happen because it's normal in our surroundings. It's normal in our household. It's normal with our family members, and we don't realize that we tie what has been normal or what has been looked upon as normal as what is okay for us to deal with. So I was saying that because my doctor that I had to go see, who was checking out my knee when I got hurt, he told me I couldn't go back to work until I talked to somebody because I have PTSD from being abused. And I'm like, no, I don't. It's fine. Like, I know it comes with the territory of working in mental health. It comes with the territory of my job, and I've done it for years, and it's normal. I'm fine. And he was like, no, it's trauma. And so I go and I talk to the lady, and I'm telling her, yeah, like this happened. And I'm like, yeah, I did a move. I decided to go back to college, all in a short while. And, I transitioned in my job, this, that, and the third. And she was like, all of those are trauma. And I'm looking at her like, no, it's not. Trauma is being shot. Trauma is, being raped. Trauma, I'm all of these grandeur things. And she's like, no, sweetie, trauma is anything that disturbs the peace or the normalcy of your life. And I was like, makes sense. So me being me, I had to ponder and think about it for a little while. And so I tie that into my relationships. The things that I'm willing to accept and not accept, the things that you're willing to accept. If you only have known that there's physical violence in your relationship, you choose to allow someone to mistreat you. If you only have received the bare minimum, of only known what the bare minimum is, you will never understand what it is to truly be loved and truly be valued. If no one has ever prayed for you, if no one has ever, given up anything for you, if no one has ever allowed their inconvenience to become their new convenience, to see you smile, then you don't know what you're missing. You will think that all of that is taboo when that's how life is supposed to be. You can't sit here and tell me that you love me, but you never go out of your comfort zone for me. You can't sit here and tell me that you want to inspire and be with me, and you never willing to take a leap or a jump in anything because your mama never took a jump. Your daddy never took a jump. You don't know how to stand for nothing because everybody around you sit down for everything. So we allow our traumas to become normal. In Black society, in a lot of ways, or not even gonna say Black society, in hood or low poverty areas, it's okay to hear gunshot wounds, and some people in the world will never ever hear a gunshot, never come close to a gun, but in some places that's all they know. So for you not to have a gun around or be affiliated with a gun or know how to use a gun, they're just like, what's wrong with you? And you looking at them like, what's wrong with you? It doesn't make either side wrong. It doesn't make either side right. That's when you have to learn that, okay, you're dealing with a different type of person. So what inspires them, what motivates them, what keeps them safe, what helps them be who they are, you have to handle it differently, because what's good for you isn't good for me. And so you have to learn how to walk into your truth and let your truth be your vanity, as I do. Like, it took me a long time to really come to terms with that, my truth to be my vanity thing, because how I was taught and how I was grown and raised and molded and prepared for life, I don't care nothing about a man's independence or feelings or anything. The only thing I cared about is that either you're going to do what you needed to do, or somebody else will do what you won't do. And I understood that as an adult, you make a choice, and either you're going to choose to be with me, or you're going to choose to not be with me. Nothing can be forced. No matter how good I am to you, no matter what goody good I got to offer, you will still make a choice at the end of the day, because what I feel is right and appropriate for you, you care not about. What's big in your eyes is small in my eyes, and vice versa. And so when it comes to relationship, we as a people take from what we've learned from other relationships, we take from previous heartaches, and we bring all of that baggage into our new relationship, and we expect for that person to, one, understand something that they have never been through, two, be accepting to things that other folks was accepting to, because that's a part of who you feel like you are, when you haven't really identified with who you are as a person. You haven't identified with who you really want to be and what you really want. Because when you ask somebody what they want, truthfully, 9 times out of 10, they will give you materialistic things. They will give you things of surface value, but they never once really think about what they truly want. They never go into depths of, this is really my reality. I really want or desire this, and I was really hurt, scarred, and broken by this, and I've never been able to express that. And then you find times when you get 35, 40, 50 years old, and you meet somebody and they're looking at you like, how do you not understand what you really want? Or how do you not understand that you were truly hurt by these things? And then you're like, damn. So then you got to start all over to try to figure out your goods, your bads, what you truly have to offer. So if you're thinking about relationships, especially right now, it's the perfect time, because you can't really do anything but conversate. I know people do not like conversate. I did it earlier to my brother. He was pissed. So it's time for that conversation to happen. It's time for you guys to really find the depths. Young ladies, when you are approaching a man and you really, feel like y'all can have a connection, ask them what's wrong. And don't be afraid of his answers. Just be accepting of his answer, because if it fits you, okay, you'll be able to handle it. And if it don't, it don't. You don't have to be upset with yourself because you are not what he needs. That's fine. But ask him. Don't invite me to a table full of fine wine and all of these liquors to alter my brain where I won't be able to hear or understand you. Have me at a table and tell me what's wrong. Tell me about your fears. Tell me what's have hurt you. Tell me what's broken you. Tell me, your insecurities. Tell me how you feel like you wouldn't measure up. Because at some point in our life, we have all felt, even if it's still currently or if it was in the past, at some point something bothered you that you felt like you wasn't enough for whatever it is you chose to go after, so you didn't go after. Or you went after and you only went halfway because you didn't feel like you were going to obtain it anyways. So men, when you come at this woman or whatever, ask her, what heals you? Why haven't you been able to fully open yourself up and give your heart to someone? Why do you have, if you have trust issues, why do you have abandonment issues? If you have those, what issues can you identify with that will hinder you from fully giving yourself not only to me, but fully giving yourself to you? Because it's not that we we refrain from giving ourselves only to the person who is pursuing us. We also deny ourselves of ourselves. We are the biggest liars to self. We will refuse, and we will harbor, and we will hide, and we will duck, and we will run from ourselves. And so we paint ourselves up. We get the extensions, and no, this is not why I got extensions, baby. I got hair, and I just don't like doing my hair. I don't mind putting a lot of heat and product on this stuff because it ain't real. But my hair, I have no problem with it. That's not my issue. So don't try to come for me because I'll come back. But we really have to, just identify with what is wrong. And we have to identify with what is, right and acceptable for us. And we don't have to settle because she has a pretty face and a fat ass, and she can cook. And we don't have to settle because he packing, he got a nice job, nice car, or whatever. Like, we don't have to settle for those things, because when those things fade, what would you have? When this person can't pray for you, when they can't stand to be next to you, and you can't figure out why, you don't know enough about them beyond the surface level to figure out why. You don't have enough in you dealing with them. You haven't been able to pray over their situation. You haven't been able to allow whatever insecurities or ailments or any type of issue that they are dealing with. You don't have enough in you to know about that you have festered over it, you've marinated over it, you have cooked it 17 different ways and tasted it and engulfed it and had it become a part of you. You have it. And so you sell yourself short because you are infatuated or lustful after what your eye gate shows. But you need to feed more than your eyesight every day of your life, especially if it's somebody that you're planning on spending every day of your life with. So if you can't get past of the surface shit, then you won't have a real relationship. You won't have a real defining relationship. You can be in one, but you'll always have something missing. There will always be this part of you like, damn, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda. There will always be an oversized argument for the littlest shit. There will always be a lack of something because you wasn't truthful with yourself, nor was you truthful with them, or vice versa. So I guess today, little snippet is just, walk in your truth. Find out who you are. Give all you can. And try.